Hey there crew, it's Mark, and in today's video I want to share with you my 4 favorite ways to track and swatch all my different types of stationery. If you have markers, pens, inks, fountain pen inks, all of the different things, sometimes seeing the color and how it looks on paper is a lot better than just looking at the back of the packaging to see what that color might look like. With so much stationery in my collection here, I found a few ways that I really love, and the first is starting with a really small but cool idea. This here is just a itty bitty little tiny baby notebook that I got from Archer and Olive during their advent box from this last holiday season. And honestly, I had no idea how I was going to use this. And then I thought, well, I have to use it for something. And I was getting more fountain pen inks, and I thought, oh, maybe I can just do ink swatches in here, and each page can have its own ink swatch. And I'm so glad that I did this because I love the visuals of the inks actually on the paper that I use in my bullet journal. So every time I get a new ink, especially if it has a shimmer or anything cool on it, I go ahead and do a swatch on it, and I write down the brand as well as the name. And that way, anytime I just want some inspiration or want to go through and just find a cool color that I'm looking for, I can open up this notebook and just thumb through it and maybe find something cool that I'm looking for. I don't have any type of index or anything like this, but that is something that you could do inside of this notebook if you wanted to, especially with indexing and finding other color combinations that might work for you. Now this is kind of small, like I said, so this next option might be a little bit closer to what you might be looking for. The Onion Skin Journal is a journal that has some of the most unique paper that I've ever seen in my entire life. This paper is incredibly thin, and it's not something I would necessarily use for a journal, but it does hold on to fountain pen inks and different materials oh so nicely. So I thought, how might I use this to swatch some different stationery versus just using a small little tiny notebook? So what I've done in here is I've actually created collections of the different brands that I have, and over time, and I've left space for this, I can build everything out and see all the different colors from the individual brands as I go through with it. I have many more pages inside of here than I do that little tiny notebook, and I can continue to build on this over time and even keep an index over time of the different brands that I have inside of here. I find that using ideas like this just help me whenever I'm just not sure, can't make a decision. I can go ahead and open up this swatch notebook, take a look at the different colors, and choose which one I might like from the book. Now those two options are a little bit more DIY than you might be looking for, but I personally have something that I absolutely love, and it's really made for swatches. It's called the Painter's Color Diary, but this also works for other art mediums as well. The Painter's Color Diary is a 9x12 notebook that holds on to a bunch of different swatches that you might have. And what I love about this color diary is that all of the sheets are actually removable. So if you want to take any of them out while you're painting or drawing or using these, you can. It also has pages in between here. So if you are using anything that might smudge or smear, it'll protect your other pages. And it's 140-pound paper. Each of the pages are all set up for your swatches, so you can easily color them in. They have 2 rows below that you can fill in and write in with the color names if you'd like. There's 35 rectangles in here, so most of the palettes and things that you have, this should certainly cover you for. The paper is also really nice, so it can hold on to water, so if you are swatching paints or markers or inks, everything should work out really well inside of here. As a person who loves analog planning, I also really do love analog ways to swatch items, but sometimes, especially if you're traveling or going to a store, you can't take those with you. So let me introduce you to something that I really love, which is my digital swatch catalog. About a year ago, I started to catalog all of my fountain pen inks inside of Airtable. This is a custom database that I made myself that's also actually available to you if you want to use it as a template. I'll put the link for you down in the descriptions below. But this is something that you can use to catalog all the different colors and things that you have in any of your swatches. This could be used for fountain pen inks, this could be used for markers, paints, anything that you're looking for. My favorite part of using this catalog also is that I can filter and group it by different brands and colors, especially if I'm looking for something specific. So for instance, if I want to come in here and I want to look for any of the green inks that are in my collection, I can just filter out everything else and see every green ink that I have. I can also sort by brand, so if I'm out looking for a different color and I'm not quite sure what I already have, I can easily look that up. And what I also love about a digital swatch book is that if I'm out and about and I need to check to see if I have a color or an item, I can just pull that right up on my phone regardless of where I am and make sure that I'm not extra buying or overbuying if I might already have something at home. Let me know in the comment section below what you use for your swatches. Are you using something analog or digital or a mix of both? I love sharing ideas and having conversations down in the comment section. So be sure to drop your ideas below and let me know what you're using for yourself. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to chatting with you next time. See ya.